The group of 7 nations has reached an agreement to provide Ukraine with up to $50 billion in aid, backed by frozen Russian assets. The G7 has been discussing ways to utilize more than $260 billion in frozen Russian assets, most of which are held outside Russia in the EU or US, to help Ukraine combat Russian President Vladimir Putin's war efforts. European nations have resisted confiscating these assets due to legal and financial stability concerns. However, this new plan would use the interest earned on the assets to support Ukraine's war effort. US and French officials indicated that the funds are expected to reach Kyiv before the end of the year. Most of the money will be provided as loans, primarily guaranteed by the US government and backed by profits from immobilized Russian assets. Additionally, a significant portion of the funds will flow to Ukraine as loans from the US government, supported by the proceeds from the frozen Russian assets in the European Union. The announcement of the agreement coincides with President Biden's arrival in Italy, emphasizing his urgency to accomplish significant goals. Thursday also witnessed the signing of what Biden described as a historic security arrangement between the US and Ukraine. Following the G7's approval, President Zelenskyy expressed gratitude to the group, stating there will be more equipment and other necessary supplies for the front.
The key result for us is that there will be more air defense systems for our cities. Patriots is practically a Ukrainian word now. There will also be more equipment and other necessary supplies for the front. Decisions have been made regarding the use of Russian assets for the benefit of Ukraine, with the G7 taking a significant first step regarding $50 billion. Thank you.
In total, Zelenskyy mentioned that 17 agreements have already been signed, with 10 more pending.
We have already signed 7 security agreements with all G7 countries. In total, 17 agreements have already been signed, and we are preparing to sign another 10.
Allies of Ukraine have reacted positively to the agreement, viewing it as a clear signal to Putin that he cannot simply succeed in the war.
This is a very strong commitment, which incidentally also gives the Ukrainians the courage to do what is now necessary for them to defend their independence and sovereignty. And it is a clear sign to the Russian president that he cannot simply sit this matter out and hope that he will succeed in winning this war at some point because of fiscal problems in some countries in the world that are currently supporting Ukraine. He hasn't.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called it a strong signal to Putin, emphasizing that he cannot outlast the group.
It is a strong signal that we are sending to Ukraine, that we will support Ukraine in its fight for freedom for as long as it takes. It is also a strong signal to Putin that Putin cannot outlast us. You should keep in mind that there's a European support of 50 billion euros, there's the American support of $60 billion, and now comes on top a G7 package of $50 billion. And the message is also that it's not the European taxpayers that are paying for the damage that Putin is causing with his war of aggression, but it is Putin. Because it is the windfall profits from the immobilized assets in Europe that are serving this 50 billion loan for Ukraine.
This is one good news after another for the war-torn country, with countries coming forward to aid Ukraine after it has lost much of its northeast to Russia.